broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Hey.
Late night when you need my
Go ahead, sing it.
Call me on my cell phone.
Okay.
Late night when you need my love. I know when the hotline blink.
We get the vocal experience of Gary Thomas. No, they doing it. She took it down so you can hear it. Let's hear it. Go.
I just feel like he should have just took it up an octave on that one.
Let me hear it. Like what octave?
This would have
been like what?
Not the part, you know. You gotta roll it back.
Right here.
I'll tell you.
Ever since I left the city,
I can't.
You
could have
hit that. Whatever.
What's up, guys? Wait a minute. We missed you guys last week as we were transitioning to our new studio. But
2 weeks too.
Yeah. Oh, you know, you 2 weeks.
Me 2 weeks, and then wasn't it 3? When was the Emmys? It was.
Oh
last
yeah. The week, no, Labor Day.
Labor Day.
We didn't have an episode, but we are back, guys, and we're happy to be back. Give you another after show for Basketball Wives LA season 4. But before we get started, of course, you guys need to subscribe to us and like us on YouTube. That is youtube.com/AfterBuzz TV. And of course, we're on SoundCloud and iTunes. And if you have a smartphone, which most of the world does, download the app so you can get to us right away at the drop of a dime.
Super easy.
Listen or watch super easy. I am your host. I am Gary Thomas, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Gary Thomas. And of course, I am GaryThomas.com. We're just going back live October 1st in the next couple of days, so make sure you guys check that out. Hey. And DJ Jesse J, who forsaken me a couple weeks ago because he had a gig.
Y'all, and I almost wasn't gonna come today because I was out on this hot ass rooftop DJ, and I have a sunburn on my back looking like I was working outside, y'all, and now I'm flaking and shit. But hey, y'all can hit me up everywhere, DJ Jesse J, if you guys would like to join me at a pool party one time. You know what I mean? Follow me on Twitter, talk to me, and you know, might be around your area.
And we are going to call this episode
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. All things Puerto Rico. The last 2 episodes we spent in Puerto Rico with the ladies. And I'm excited because we got to see some new sides of people. We got to talk about some things we didn't talk about before. And some things actually we've never really seen in the Basketball Wives series so far. So, arriving in Puerto Rico, Angel and Jackie are not there from prior things that happened, between Malaysia's betting release, her and Jackie's fallout, and, Angel feeling some type of way about Malaysia and different things. So they are saying they're not coming. They're telling Tammy that they're not coming. And I thought, Jackie was twisting up stories.
Yep.
We saw that was some shade when she said, I'm putting on the shade lipstick for her husband. I do have. Now she started changing the words a little bit.
Yep. What was it that she had changed it? Basically, she was saying like she was going to get in trouble if she didn't go find her man because he didn't even want to be there.
Exactly. Which was not far-fetched because he did look bored and he did kind of check her when she was outside. Like, I just told you to come on. I'm telling you for a reason. But it was not what she was saying. No,
because Doug know how to handle himself at an event and he know how to stay quiet and be like, I'm annoyed, but I'm here for her. Let's do this. Yeah. Jackie, you wrong. You know you wrong. Bye.
She was definitely wrong. And to even say that was just like a very low blow. Like, we all know it during this taping, Malaysia's going through her divorce. And you're kind of throwing shade at a lot of the women because they're all dealing with these issues. And I think that's her only one-up to people because she doesn't have visible issues with Doug. So she kind of throws this in all the ladies' faces all the time.
Well, and she also had made a comment about how... ever since you just said that about Doug, now I can picture her as just giving Doug head.
I did not want to picture that. I barely laughed at it.
Yeah. Okay. But no, as far as I was just more confused as to why Jackie and Angel showed up together. I'm confused as to because both of you guys have some sort of minor issue. I mean, with Jackie in Malaysia, it's deeper. With Angel in Malaysia, I'm just like, I don't think Malaysia really cares as much as Angel does.
But I thought Angel had valid points.
If that's her point. But I feel like it's really like, what are we really mad about at the end of the day? Because it didn't make sense. To me, it didn't make sense for her to get that upset about not wearing the dress.
I think that it wasn't about the upsetting of her not wearing the dress. I think she was just very upset at how Malaysia handled the situation. I think she brought up a valid point, later on in today's episode where they were at dinner. She's like, yo, you could have pulled me aside to have this conversation, but every time you've addressed me about my lingerie or my dress, you did it in front of a group of people, and I didn't feel good about that, and I didn't feel good about you kind of like dogging me or kind of putting me down or what I'm doing, because this is my livelihood. And I think that is a valid point to have. Like, first of all, a lot of these conversations do always happen out in the open. Nobody ever be like, you know what?
Right, but so
let
like,
me
what
talk
are you
to you for
bugging
a
out about?
second.
Malaysia's never said anything negative about her clothing line.
Well, I mean, I don't think she necessarily did, but she's saying, you saying it so openly, and, the show is going to air, this is, I just would rather you have pulled me to the side and said it. And I can agree with that.
But the thing is like, pull her aside and say what though? Like, it didn't look right on me.
When you brought the lingerie, this really wasn't the look I was going for. I do appreciate the work that you put in, but I can't wear this because this does not fit the mode I'm trying to go to.
I mean, I get it
like,
to a certain point, but I just think, I don't know, I feel like it's Angel being a little sensitive. Like, I get it, but it's like, your line is your line, right? So if I go to angelbrinks.com and I look at her clothing line, I'm going to, obviously Malaysia hadn't seen it before.
Obviously, because she comes there with these, sexier things. I just feel like, look, she must not have seen it, but also, like, don't do it in a way like, I'm not trying to sell sex. And I can understand Malaysia's seriousness about their betting.
If she saw the one-on-one scenes, I could understand her being mad at Malaysia. But as far as what we heard, I just look at it like, I don't feel like Malaysia really said anything bad. Other than she said, girl, my ass is hanging out. Like, can you fix that?
Maybe there was something in the editing that we did not see. But I can understand her saying, hey, pull me to the side and be like, yo, this is not the look I'm trying to sell for my betting. I appreciate it, but no, I can't do this. In a private conversation. But when Brandy was in, who I'm about to go, y'all, I'm very sick of Brandy. Very sick. But
not next
but
week.
In front of,
you gotta talk close to the mic.
I am sick of Brandy. But I just feel like, in front of Brandy when she brought it up the way she did, and how she brought it up when, Tammy was around, they had to sit down with the mimosas or whatever the hotel was they were at. And they had valid clips of her saying, yo, you are kind of like throwing me under the bus. And sometimes some conversations are better left in private, because you said, leave work at work, and you feel so strongly about this. Leave work at work. Pull me aside. Tell me that conversation at work, or tell me about, our working relationship in a private setting.
I mean, I don't know. I'm going to disagree the whole time, so we can just agree to disagree. Because I just look at it like she said it on set in front of Brandy. It just happened the cameras were there. Like, girl, like, this, I don't feel like they know each other enough like that to be like, girl, could I just, pull you aside?
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like, we're here. I'm at work. I have to do a photo shoot right now. Like, my bad. Malaysia could have said, like, my bad. Like, I didn't think your stuff was, like...
She apologized later.
So it's like, I don't really know what Angel's out here trying to really come for, or like what she wants
really
to get out of it, or the fact
saying.
She's mad at Malaysia, so irritated with Malaysia, and it's like, out of everybody here, question Drea, because now at this point, Drea has gotten you involved, and now you fought for Drea, and Drea ain't sticking up, because Angel's basically doing what Brandy does. She's the voice of Malaysia,
but
Angel's
she's
the
not
voice
really
of Drea.
trying to. She's just in the conversation. She is a little different. Now, listen, this is my thing. Okay, so here's another thing that is brought up, because I saw Angel last weekend at an event, and when the cameras went off, we talked about everything, because me and her, we're cool, we're good. Me and Angel are good. So we talked about it. She was like, I was cast as Drea's friend. So some of the things you see is, based on the casting and things like that. And she's like, I was never cast as Tariq's girlfriend. I was never cast as a basketball wife.
Right.
I was cast as Dre's friend. So my link into this show is this. So you do see, they are cutting things to look like my friendship is the primary things, because this is my storyline. And I basically told her, I was just like, we good. I met you before I even knew you were a basketball wife. And, this is just entertainment for me, like, because all of them do not act like this in person.
No, they're doing it for the cameras.
Yeah, so it's just sheer entertainment. And I guess she said that I said something bad about her, but I don't think I did. I just blamed it on you.
Probably.
I told her DJ Jesse J said it.
Sure. A girl, okay.
But she's my friend.
Okay. What did you talking shit about her?
I didn't. That was you.
She feels some sort of way.
I did not. I may have agreed with something, but I don't talk about people.
Y'all friends like Jackie in Malaysia.
We are not. Jackie and Malaysia's friendship is very questionable to me. This whole
Any
Puerto
of these
Rico trip.
girls' friendships on this show are questionable to me.
Puerto Rico was just, I feel like this is my first time seeing a couple things about the women that, you know, I liked and I definitely didn't like. Angel and Megan being the new girls definitely surprised me, you know, and made me feel better about them. But anyways, getting back to Malaysia and, you know, Jackie's situation carrying into the Puerto Rico trip. Did you even think Jackie was going to come if you didn't see the previews?
Yeah.
Jackie doesn't miss out, does she?
She sure doesn't. I was actually really more surprised with Angel. And, like, to me, especially now that you say that she said she was casted as Drea's friend, it's kind of like, well, then why did you go to Puerto Rico? Because then it gets to the point of, like, so now you're in Puerto Rico and you don't want to deal with the drama, so now you on your own situation and trip. It's just confusing.
It is confusing. I mean, but at the same time, I wouldn't.
Well, get your friend in here to talk.
I asked her. I definitely asked her, and we kind of cheated around the episode. And she said in the next episode, not this one, but next week, we're going to see a little bit more of her. So I've been trying. I've asked her like twice already. Like we're in public, we can be like, you know, Ace was cool, but I cannot get her into the studio. I don't know what her schedule's like. So
Busy girl.
Yeah, possibly. She hosts a lot, a lot of events. But so,
oh yeah, they do something at the man cave tonight.
Oh yeah, they always, you know, Jack. That's one of Jackie's spots. If you guys are in LA, the man cave on Cahuenga, I believe it is. She does have.
It's well, actually, they put a stage in there.
I didn't see all that.
Huh?
I don't think I've seen that.
Last week for Empire, or maybe they put it in just for Empire, but they had a stage there last night, like in the outside part. I was like, wait, is this like Good Morning America?
I remember that's where I went. That's why I was on the first episode. I went there for the premiere of Basketball Wives, and that's where they had it. Jackie tends to have premieres there.
It's like the new
there.
place for like upcoming shows.
Yeah, because Empire's been there, Basketball Wives is there, a couple other shows go there, but
Hit the Flow.
Hit the Flow is going to be there too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah. So anywho, I am just Puerto Rico, you know, let's start with them being on the beach and Megan in this scarf.
I get what you were trying to go. That's like a photo shoot bathing suit. Like that's a suit that you have to wear when you have like 4 people around you who are constantly like, girl, no. Like you trying to wear, she looked like a kite in like a thunderstorm.
Why didn't she just wear a regular bathing suit?
Because she wants to
I did like that she was having fun. She was frolicking in the water, and you know, unlike the other ladies who were just kind of sitting chilling, she was like, I'm about to be a kid and just have a good time in Puerto Rico. Whether you guys come out of the water or not, but you didn't have to quite wear this photo shoot ready bathing suit. You could have just worn a nice 2-piece.
She's trying to pull be like Drea and like be like fashion forward. And it was a cute outfit. It just was not a cute situation to be wearing the outfit in.
Yeah, I feel like she's beautiful. She can do some things with what she wears and she can take some risks. But this was a vacation, like. Yeah. Yo, turn the dial down on what you're trying to do and just find a swimsuit and not a scarf to wrap how you want to.
She should have hit Angel up.
Yeah, no, she don't like Angel.
She don't like Angel.
She don't like Angel. I didn't really know that. Remember I asked you while we were watching that.
Yeah, because it kind of. I think it's just like Megan's the new girl, Angel's the new girl. Megan's like bad girl mentality of like, yo, the new bitch is in. She ain't gonna like. No one's gonna like her over me. I wonder if it's that kind of a like. Because Megan kind of gets a little childish. Because I felt like at the end of this episode, she brought all this shit up that was already settled. And it was like, you wanted to start that.
Hate that. That's one of my biggest pet peeves when you like have a laundry list of things from about somebody that you didn't like, when you could have really have told them from the jump that, you know, hey, you made me mad when you judged me based on what Drea told me. You could have said that 8 episodes ago. Instead of waiting till y'all got to Puerto Rico to bring this up and have this grudge towards Angel. And when they were at the dinner towards the beginning of the episode of the trip, she's like, oh, I'm good as long as Angel's not here. And I was just like, I didn't know you had a problem with Angel.
Yeah, it's a little random.
It is very random. So after the beach, they go on this boat ride. I was happy to see them laughing. I saw some truths come out when they played the Truth or Dare.
Oh yeah.
The stirring of the Brandy Shawnee issues.
That's interesting to me because, well, you had kind of spilt a few weeks ago about Shawnee and Brandy getting a fight and her being like, well, your services are no longer needed. And then when we seen the clip for next week, it was just like,
it's confirmation.
finally Brandy gonna do something that now I'm gonna want her to stay, and Shawnee gonna fucking put her dick in the soup and be like, bye.
I'm shocked because, you know, I feel like there's a certain level of fakeness going on.
On whose behalf though? Because
Everybody's.
Yeah, because I look at Shawnee like, I look at Tammy like, why did you guys? I love Tammy on the show because all she's doing is stirring the cauldron. But it's like
With the honesty though, she's not really telling anything that didn't happen. She's not making anything up.
No, but
she has to tell. She doesn't have to tell every conversation she has with someone. I agree, but does she tell the truth?
I think it's her truth or her vision of it, and she sees something her way, and then she feels like, oh, okay, let me make this person aware of it. And it's like, well,
Well, here's my thing with Tammy that I like. She brought up some things that have probably been bothering all viewers. One, Brandy always butting in Malaysia's, you know, controversy. She speaks from Malaysia. And then two, she said, I'm not going to allow the two of you to gang up on anybody. I'm going to be there. Now, here's where the realness came in. They were like, well, you should be ready for the fade and blah, blah, blah. She said, I stay ready. Mm-hmm. I'm ready right now. I didn't see any, you know, lip lock, you know, any lip coming from Malaysia or Brandy then. So let's not get turned up when everybody's around. Because me personally, I feel like if you're really calling me out, I'm like, are you really ready? Because I mean, what's up?
No, I didn't take it like that because I looked at it like, okay, Brandy and Malaysia they're sensing what Tammy's giving right now, and Brandy's looking at it.
She's not necessarily saying she's gonna fight them. She said, I'm not gonna let you do 2-on-1.
But you're putting it out. There's certain situations where in life I feel like you can do two things. You can be an adult about the situation, or you can instigate the situation. I feel like Tammy instigated the situation. And I felt like at that point it was like Brandy and Malaysia weren't saying they were going to fight right there, but they said if that comes up, like, girl, you sitting here talking like rah, rah, rah. Well, girl, then we will. I will.
She said we will. And then she said, I'm ready right now.
Like, okay. Like, we're not going to, but there's no point in fighting now. Like, that's not the conversation.
I just feel like there's a certain level of bosses. Don't sit here and tell me that you'll fade me if you're not going to do it right now.
But girl, no, I don't look at that like that. Because I look at it like, Tammy's on here talking about these kids are so immature. They're so immature. But then at the same time, you out here talking about, oh, we get to hit bitches. I'm there for that. Like, how old are you?
How old are any of them?
Yeah, but Tammy's a little older than most of them.
I mean, in any situation, none of them handle any situation correctly.
No, they don't. But Tammy's coming on the show. But they're bringing Tammy on the show like she's the mother. Like she's gonna, you know, get everybody together and like, you know, she's here to help these people with their problems. That's what her and Shawnee are coming off like they're trying to be that. And it's like,
which goes hand in hand why Brandy feels like they look down on them, the other ladies.
Yeah, and I agree with that 100% with what Brandy said. I do think that they look down on her. And
I'm not sure. I feel like I'm not sure if Brandy was really saying it to voice a truth or was she saying to get a reaction out of Shawnee.
But I think it's a truth. So
no, I'm not saying that it's not a truth. I'm just saying what she's doing. I'm curious of whether she was really doing it to say, hey, I want to bring this to your attention, or was she trying to get a rise out of Shawnee? Because in her confession, she's like, you didn't even say anything.
Probably a little bit of both, because it's kind of like she's been sitting here watching Tammy do it to everybody else. So it's like, you know what, Shawnee? Like, this is how I feel. I feel like you and Tammy are this. And so I think it's like, here's a taste of y'all own medicine. Tammy didn't like it or isn't going to like it. And then Brandy's going to... I don't know. I'm really excited for next week, though.
I am excited. So after they go on the boat and they had to play the Truth or Dare, we talked about them being on the beach in Megan's amazing bathing suit. Later that evening, we see that... Angel and Jackie arrive and they are showing up to their dinner after we see a little bit of feistiness from Angel as they walk on the beach. We see a little bit of firecracker coming at her, as Jackie likes to call her. But they show up to the dinner and it's just like this awkwardness.
So awkward.
This very, very awkward type of thing. And you can already feel the tension because they're showing up.
And who started it? Who started the instigation at that? can't remember.
I can't really remember who actually started it, but it started with Jackie trying to explain herself with, Malaysia's event and her going back and forth with none other than Brandy. Speaking for Malaysia, Malaysia didn't have much to say at all.
I wish Tammy would, versus always going after Brandy. Like, Brandy, why do you
Maybe
speak?
She doesn't like Brandy.
Huh?
Maybe she just deep down doesn't like Brandy.
I mean, I'm sure she doesn't. But versus saying it to Brandy, like, if you really want to figure out what the reason is I would turn the question to Malaysia.
Well,
because I think it's interesting. Have any of them said to Malaysia, like, Malaysia, why do you let this girl talk for you?
No,
like, does that bother you that she does?
I think a prime opportunity when they first got to Puerto Rico and Malaysia voiced the question and Tammy was trying to answer, Brandy jumping, probably would have been a good time to ask that question. Like, wait, I'm trying to answer the question that she just presented to me, but you're jumping in. Why do you let this happen and why do you do this? Instead of so much of why do you do this, Brandy, all the time. They never really come for or ask, Malaysia these types of questions.
That's why I'm confused. I'm sitting over here like y'all sitting here yelling at Brandy and Brandy trying to be a good. In my head, I know what Brandy's trying to do, but it's kind of like
too much.
It's when two girls fight over a guy. It's like, which is interesting because I don't remember if it was Tammy or whatnot, or what one of the girls said something about in this lifestyle, like you have to come for bitches and check for bitches because you can't trust these hoes out here. I'm like, no, you can't trust your man. Like,
well, one of them said that I always blamed him. I can't remember which one it was. Shawnee.
Yeah.
Shawnee.
But of course, after Shawnee's situation. But I mean, I don't know. So I just look at it like it's all misdirected conversations with each other, and it just keeps stalling. It keeps stalling these problems, and they go on trips, and it's like, then even to talk about, I know we're gonna talk about it, but it's like just seeing Malaysia and Jackie who hate each other, and then they're hugging up with each other, and it's like, what? I
kind of feel that way. I feel like the Shawnee and Tammy are always saying like, we going Miami, our group went on the trips to hash things out, and y'all always walk away. I feel like I related to it as in the sense like sometimes when you're getting into it with your friend, you don't want to say something that's gonna like necessarily stir up some more trouble because personal things, and I try to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave before this gets more heated because I already know stuff about you that's gonna press your buttons. But I do have that friend who's like, no, let's talk about it right now so we don't feel weird later. That's irritating, low key. So I kind of see where they're coming from. I'm seeing both sides of what they're saying. We are supposed to be here to hash things out. Don't know why we got to go on vacation to hash things out because I want to have me a good time. I'm spending my good money to go anywhere.
Well, none of them are spending their good money.
Right.
Shawnee was spending hers.
Exactly. But I mean, if we're spending money going to trips, why do we have to hash it out here? Why? But I also see the point of sometimes because some personal things about them, where this argument can go, let me just get up and exit the situation. And I've noticed that is a very big trade to LA, the big walk away.
For sure. I definitely agree. And then it started to rain.
Yes, it started raining, which was kind of the perfect timing. It didn't even like drizzle.
It looked like the Rainforest Cafe, like how this stuff just...
Why was it not a drizzle or anything beforehand? Like, it was just like, psh. And we get to the hotel and they're having this conversation. That's when we got to the conversation that we already talked about between Angel and Malaysia. And it's just, once again, they ruin a good time. And Malaysia walked away from the table. Of course. So the next day they go.
Well, wait, but then so Angel said, "I don't have a problem with anybody." Melissa said, "But you have a problem with me," and it's just kind of another thing where I feel like I don't know. It's just interesting to me, but I know a lot of it is production, and that's why it's really hard to talk about it because it's just frustrating when you talk about it over week and week, and you just want to not talk about it anymore because you just know the producers made Angel go into that room and sit in that room with them because it just makes no sense. You're going back and forth between Megan. And Megan, I feel like Megan
had a valid point to express, but
saying that she doesn't have her own brain.
That was a bit rude, but I just think she said, her bringing up the point of saying, I felt like you were, you made up your assumptions about me based on what Drea already told you.
Yeah. Which I can honestly give Megan that I feel like Megan doesn't do that to people. Like, I feel like Jackie can say whatever she wants to Megan, and Megan's going to still test everybody out on their own, which we did see that.
Oddly enough, the last couple episodes we've been seeing a nicer side of Megan. She hasn't been as combative. She's kind of been in the back, seeing like, And then later on we see her check Jackie. I was like,
yeah, I was really surprised.
That was the realest thing. She really did tell you about herself, exactly what you said, and said you were wrong and you should have handled it. So we saw definitely a different side of Megan. I'm finally seeing what she's told us. She's like, you're gonna see a more grown up side of me, based on when I was on BGC, because it's been a few years. I've gotten out. This is the first time in this whole season we actually see a more mature side of Megan, because she's actually spoken out on valid things, had valid points to make, and express herself without necessarily getting combative at first. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of cool.
Yep.
So all the XOXO Megs fans, I'm sure, are happy because we're giving her a compliment, because we haven't talked so well about Megan. I
feel like we've liked Megan.
I don't dislike Megan at all. I like her.
I know me and Corinne live for her, because she was entertaining the first 3 to 4 episodes.
I live for Megan. I live for Drea and Angel, and I don't care what the fans say or the viewers say. Not this season. I always take a lot of ish because I like Drea and Angel, but
we know
whatever. My opinion.
I can say I love Drea. I think she's cute. I think she's pretty. This season, though, I was not here for her in any way, shape, or form. It was just like, I always wonder with some of these reality girls, if they get too high up in their head and they start thinking like they're gonna rewrite the script so that they can get a spinoff.
I don't know if I'm like, I feel a spinoff, but I feel like she was trying to find an exit, and she did it in this fashion. She used some poor commentary, to do so. Because it wasn't definitely right for her to say that to Brandy about the cancer thing. But I mean, she spoke her truth, whatever. But I just feel like, you definitely could talk to your friends a little bit better if that's your friend. But,
it's not her.
Ain't nobody Drea's friend. But, maybe she was just trying to find her exit from this whole thing.
I think that's what it comes down to.
So,
how did you feel about Jackie telling Tammy and Shawnee, kind of going into what you were saying before, but like when Jackie was like, I don't want to say anything hurtful to Malaysia, so now the ball's in her court.
I was like, what are you talking about? Like, where Jackie, I just don't understand where you come from sometimes, because it always changes. The story, the page turns every time. It's a completely different book.
Because last episode, I'm done. But
even at the table, she said we're done. And now you're talking about your balls in her court. You're either done with somebody or the ball's in their court. But if your ball's in their court, you tell them right then and there. You don't tell them you're done. And then you're tossing them the pass. Like, no. Jackie literally, and on the show, has a different book in each page that you turn. It's a different story. It's a different scenario. And like Malaysia said in her confessional before, she either twists the truth, she either forgets the truth, or she either didn't tell the truth. Whatever it is, something. It's never an honest, like, I said this. This is exactly what I said verbatim, and I meant to this. It's always some type of change. And for you to think that you're going to give the ball to Malaysia when you both agreed at the table at the dinner night before that you are done. There's nothing to go on, and you said F that B outside. That's why she don't got no man. All of that. That's the rap. I don't throw the ball to the court of somebody's court that I've said those type of things about.
I mean, I agree. It's the world of Jackie that we live in, and
Jackie,
we play by her rules. I mean, this show is Jackie's show. Like, at the end of the day, all of these girls give in to Jackie, and no matter what, Malaysia had a legit stance as to why she's mad at Jackie, why this was the final time I met with your husband. I have done all these things to try and understand you, and now I'm at a place where, at my event, and you talking about you, my friend Jackie, and you understand all these things. And when Jackie was in studio here, she said, I don't like to talk about personal things because people don't understand what I go through mentally watching the show and stuff like that. So then, for you to sit up here and say that to Malaysia, and you know exactly how you said it, and you're backtracking. Every single thing you're doing for the next 2 episodes are backtracking. I can't even take you seriously at this point. So you're just a character to me. She's just a character.
All of them are just characters to me.
Yeah, they are all characters. But Jackie is like on another level.
I say this all the time. Jackie's very, 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 very nice in person. I don't see
it's
just same
very sweet
character she puts on this crazy lady on TV. Like, did you want to be an actress or not?
But I think, honestly, on the show, her and Malaysia are probably the closest. And the reason is they've been through so much with each other, because it just doesn't make sense to me that in every scene we see them sitting next to each other.
Which I was getting to, as we moved from the dinner, with the next day they had the excursion, the rum and the smoking. You see, high five, BFF, best friends for life between Malaysia and Jackie. Because I thought we were trying to take y'all apart. Y'all weren't friends anymore. Why are you even sitting next to each other? You should be sitting next to Megan, and she should be sitting next to Brandy, and that should be it. But now we see their ace boon coons later on in the episode, as they're experiencing Puerto Rico.
Jackie, you know what Jackie is? Jackie is like your crazy ex-girlfriend. Like, that's what she reminds me of.
Crazy ex-girlfriend, which is, you guys get to enjoy this show for free.
Hey.
But we do have sponsors, and the crazy ex-girlfriend is one of our sponsors. And I'm so excited about this show because, we all can relate to somebody crazy. And if you don't have a crazy ex, you probably are. You probably are the crazy ex.
I have 3. I have 3 crazy exes.
Or are you one of the crazy exes?
Nope, I have 3 of them.
So you are not like Rebecca Bunch.
At all. I do not sing. Sometimes I'll wake up and sing.
I do. I don't know. I don't really wake up and sing.
I don't wake up and sing, actually.
I'm in the shower.
That's what you do?
Yo.
But do you have you ever in your mind when you're walking down the street imagined you were in a musical?
Sometimes
there have been
in my car. It is always a music. My car is actually
a music
video.
Yeah,
it's a concert, a full out concert with dancers in my back seat, and that I'm envisioning. And I'm the lead, of course. But Rebecca Bunch, I don't relate to because she's decided to leave her job in New York to chase this man in West Covina, who she is a boyfriend from 10 years ago. She's now getting ex from 10 years ago that she really wanted to have a chance with, and now she got her chance when she's seen him again, and she decides to uproot herself to go to West Covina.
And if anyone knows, which you probably don't even know what West Covina is.
No,
exactly.
Because I'm thinking West Covina.
So imagine moving from New York to. But I'm mad they made West Covina look like it was Universal
heaven,
Studios.
It was LA, it was the heart of LA. It is not. It's not the best part of LA by all means, but I guess it's a chance for her to figure out what she really wants and who she really is. Which is a lot of us do come to LA and decide these decisions as we're here. We discover who we are as we get into the industry, because if you don't know who you are, these type of things do hurt you. I read comments. Sometimes. No, I really don't. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't read those comments. But
I read them.
When I first started at AFTERBUZZ, some comments did get on my nerves. I don't read them now. So all you guys talk about me, I really don't care because I don't read them anymore. So she got here and, she hit him up as we saw in the previews. You guys should really check out this preview because it's kind of funny. Hit him up hey, I'm in LA. Buzz. And she really checks Facebook 63 times. 63 times. I don't think I've checked 63 times in 63 days on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So to check 63 times in one day is a lot.
But yeah, I'm excited to see it. It looks interesting because I'm hoping that the point is that she gonna find her, that she coming out here for a man, but she gonna find herself, and I'm excited to see where herself takes her.
And it's going to be on the CW at 8 p.m. starting on Mondays in October. So make sure you guys check it out. And speaking of exes, we got a chance to see the Basketball Wives talk about their exes after we have our fiasco with Jackie crying and mispronouncing words again. After the rum, we this is what's exciting for me to see.
Kopaloka Kapukala.
Yeah, sorry. One more thing about the crazy ex-girlfriends. It's Monday, October 12th at 8/7 Central on the CW. Make sure to tune into that.
Thank you. Kopaloka Kapokak.
This is the first time Basketball Wives has been hilarious to me. Every time Jackie mispronounces words, it's freaking funny as F, because where did she come up with these stuff? Potpourri, medicinal, or chick sexy before. Now it's just
potpourri.
Potpourri. She was
and what did Malaysia say?
Conic instead of cognac.
Conigiac.
Yeah, conigiac. I really was. Funny. I don't know why I was laughing more so at her pronouncing and how funny they were laughing. How funny it was watching them laugh at her. She started crying about it. It was
You knew they were just so drunk and so high, and you've had that laugh before. I've done it here at AFTERBUZZ before, where you just cannot control yourself, and it's just like hurting in your stomach. And it may not have even been that funny, but because of those,
she was just so
fluids inside
of
of you know what I mean? You feeling real good.
She was just so emotional about it. Like, she started crying. Like, I would have been laughing like, y'all really don't come from my Spanish. I'm trying over here. You know, I've been laughing too. I felt like it was definitely a good bonding moment.
Her crying would have made me laugh even.
I would have been.
I would have fallen on the ground. Yeah, I would have had to have stepped out.
If somebody like, if any of my friends, I'm like, we're just clowning because you just mispronounced a word and you start crying like real life tears. That's only gonna make the situation worse. Like, and I'm gonna repeat it later on that day too.
I'd probably Snapchat you.
Right, like, dog, they're crying. Now you give me real life tears because you're just being ridiculous.
How did you feel about Brandy getting annoyed at Jackie and Shawnee over that?
Brandy, I just feel like she didn't like have any value. You talk about Jackie all the time, so for them to talk about it, it just wasn't your type of humor because you don't really like them. That's all it was. She wanted to be on her LA side instead of bonding with them or getting to know them because she's that kind of woman. She's like, I'm LA, so I'm gonna stick to my LA groove. But whatever, it was still funny either way. Whether you do want to laugh at you.
I'm just like Tammy though. Like afterwards, I would have been on the bus too. Like, oh, can I laugh? Cause
Tammy had me dying. She was like, "Oh, I'm stone faced. Oh, is it my turn to laugh? Like,
did I just chuckle?
Right." And I like that, finally Jackie, I don't know if her apology was sincere because we know Jackie tends to be a little different, but she apologized and said, I got in my feelings. And as I was saying before,
I think that was a PR speech in Jackie's mind. Like, these girls, I didn't take it like
Jackie's mind is hard to predict on this show.
Yeah. But when she said that, I was just looking at her like she knows that they have to do something after this, and she's just trying to like PR it up.
Yeah, and Jackie, don't wear a cheetah jumpsuit and a Gucci or Coach fanny pack ever again, please. That reminds me of my mom because my mom likes prints and it irritates me. Like, it's like, come on, sometimes too much is too much, and you got on the pants and the Jackie. But anyway, so after she tried to mend the situation, I was going to talk about how, with the crazy exes, they talked about, some of their ex-husbands, which is not something, we've seen a lot in Basketball Wives, where they had the powwow and kind of talked about some of the women that they've dealt with and the situation they dealt with. So season 4 has definitely, been, more relationships, more about the relationships, but we thrive on the drama between the women. But I thought it was kind of interesting to hear them talk about, Kenny and Pargo and Doug and Jackie admitting that Doug cheated on her when they were dating and things like that.
And that was interesting that she spoke on that because you always putting it up there like perfect, yeah. And so to finally put that out there, give it up, and I felt like Jackie was like trying to give a little bit, like even
she's never going to give that much about Doug.
No, but when she said that she finally sucked his dick and then said that she was very clean about it,
Purex,
gargled with Purex. But feels like babies. Wait, but she gave it away that she swallowed. Talking about
you
she feel like babies are growing in her stomach.
And then B, you gargle with Purex, like the hand sanitizer.
But I don't even believe that she actually did that. I really don't.
It was just like we were in tears. Like, what are you talking about? Like. First of all, I don't want to think about her and Doug. It's like thinking about your parents. I'm sorry. Like,
but isn't Purex like hand soap?
Yes, it's hand sanitizer. So
why were they saying
what point
bleach?
In time? Because it's the Basketball Wives. We're not talking about brands. But like Purex, like I would understand. She was like, I got some Listerine right after y'all. I had to get it together. But you said Purex. That didn't make sense. Like,
I don't think it was actual Purex. I really wouldn't believe that. I would believe that Jackie was just tipsy in her head and just trying to go with what she was going with. Because I feel like she got embarrassed that she spoke that she sucked his dick. I really kind of think she was embarrassed that she said it.
If you're going to put it out there, like, it's now time for a commentary. And then the Purex just didn't.
I couldn't.
Whatever. Like,
other than that horse. And Brandy on the horse.
Brandy,
that horse's leg was
horse's legs.
And then when it caught the leg of the lock, it was like.
Tammy was the only one who noticed something. All the viewers noticed, like, that horse was low-key buckling. Like, horses are strong. Like, like, wait a minute.
Yeah, but when she jumped up on that horse,
was like,
I've
wait a
never
minute.
realized how big Brandy's ass was till she jumped on that horse. And I was like, you and the horse kind of in competition.
Brandy is the
right
tallest
there.
one. Like,
She's
you know,
a stallion. Can you walk?
that horse was like, what the fuck is on?
But more importantly, speaking of Purex, girl, if you're gonna ride a horse bareback, put a scarf on or something like, because
Oh, it made my bathing suit brown.
girl, you're gonna have bumps. I'm just saying, because that man was riding it before. He was probably sweating. His crotch was probably all on that.
He didn't look comfortable on that
Oh,
horse
he
either.
did
Like, just
not.
everybody, just grab a saddle.
I've
Let's
always
put
wanted to
saddle
ride a
on.
horse, but not with no
after-
damn thong.
Not after Brandy. She didn't make that appealing for anybody. That horse's legs were about to give.
That man
Ow.
who tried to like, pick her up was like,
She almost gave him a hernia.
he was like, "Oh, you're gonna have to jump.
You gotta do it on your own now.
You're gonna have to jump. Just jump up there. He'll be fine."
No. I do like, the good laugh, but we finally got to the heart of some conversations because of Megan.
Which, you know what? I blamed it on Megan, but it was Jackie that started it.
Okay,
Because Jackie
Brandy
pulled
said,
her.
when Jackie pulls somebody to the side, you gotta look like this. What are y'all talking about? And you know what? Shawty's always like, what y'all talking about over there?
She being a producer.
Shawty be like, wait, bring that conversation over here. Like, Shawty be in it. She
But
knows.
you see her little minion, Megan was like, "Okay."
Oh yeah, y'all doing the conversation. But I felt like that was something, a recurring thing that Megan kept saying. We're being so fake. We're not talking about really anything. And when Jackie came to her, she felt like this was the opportunity. But I respected what she said to Jackie.
I
really
loved what you said because I didn't expect that to come out of her.
No. She really was like real. They're like, you didn't have to go there. You should have. You felt you had a right to feel some kind of way about her saying that you're not her friend. But for you to go through that underhanded comment, that wasn't cool. And which was like, whoa, Megan, you definitely put everybody in their place with that one.
Yeah, and then when Malaysia got into it, she started crying, and
It's the hardest year of her life.
yeah, and I was just kind of weirded out by how Tammy dealt with it because it was just like,
It was
girl,
very-
what are you doing? What are
it
you
was
talking? What are you doing?
insensitive.
Yeah, because it was like, and I'm surprised no one or Malaysia didn't come and be like, well, it's
Brandy,
coming.
I'm surprised Brandy,
Right,
but like,
it's coming off my brother dying. My brother died, and then now I'm in a divorce, so now I'm by myself. Like, bitch.
yeah, I'm surprised Brandy didn't have something to say about that because we always know that Brandy is there to jump in Malaysia's defense, but she didn't, which is odd because like this is a prime opportunity to defend her and say, hey, this really is a hard year for her. But you didn't have anything to say. You just really only had something to say when the tea is really hot.
And then Tammy said to Megan, why should Jackie have your back when you said you didn't even know her?
Tammy,
That was a great.
that was perfect. And Angel said exactly. Well, you wasn't even there. And that's when they get into it. This was,
Which, again,
I think,
Angel should have just kept her commentary to herself because she wasn't on the show when that happened.
she wasn't. And I definitely
But-
think
and it
wasn't
goes
like
to show-
it wasn't meant how it came out, but it was just like,
Yes,
it
it
was
was.
so bad timing. Like, why did you even jump into something that you did?
Because it just kind of it fed what Megan asked her earlier. So
I
Drea's
think
been
Megan was-
in your ear.
I think Megan was definitely waiting for that.
Yep.
That Megan is that she's
'Cause it's like-
that's how she was. She waits for that moment for she to get her to get on because she really didn't have a reason to attack Angel until then.
Because she
made it.
knew, okay, we had the conversation earlier. That was cute, what you said, but I know that you still feel this way. And but to me, when Angel said exactly, it was like, oh, girl, like
Right.
clearly you have something against Megan, or someone was telling you tea. Because how else would you have even known that information?
As the conversation got heated up, Angel didn't back down.
She's not. I don't think she's intimidated by Megan at all. But I felt like Megan heard some rumors about Angel or they both had heard rumors.
Angel was dropping some bombs about on rumors, and you know what? I felt like that was a taste of Megan's own medicine because she dropped a lot of bombs about rumors she had heard about the other women before. In the previous
I mean, that's
episode.
just what the show's about,
Yeah.
But it's like I owned houses at the age of 20. She said something about Megan with abortions, which
We've heard.
But at the same time, I've also heard the same situation
actually,
about Angel.
that was actually Angel. You were a little foul for that. I know you were upset, but that was a little foul because that's something she told you in Patrice. That's something she mentioned to Patrice and Angel in Santa Barbara that you brought back up and threw in her face. So that was not necessarily right. She was mad. But I can't agree that was right.
Yeah.
Because you brought that up. That really wasn't a rumor. That's something she told him.
Oh, I forgot. I thought Angel had just heard that. And then Angel started getting into, I owned houses at the age of 21. Megan was like, yeah, bitch, how'd you get those houses? Oh, wait, that's what Megan had said first. And then Angel came with the bitch having abortions and shit. And I was just like...
And she was not backing down at all. She was like... She had her hand up like...
Oh, Megan was just waiting for her to swing first, though.
Yeah.
Megan was just waiting.
But I was just happy to see that Angel wasn't back. Because I felt like Angel was like...
He has been backing down in the past episodes. And today I felt like she finally was like, okay, I'm here. I had my my day to calm down and relax. Let's go.
Angel's really tiny, too. Mm-hmm. She's really little. And to see her like... be like, nah, not gonna happen. Like, you're not gonna talk to me, no kind of.
But she's taller than Megan.
No, she's not.
Really?
No.
She looked taller than Megan.
She's not at all. Angel is like almost feels like she's 2 feet shorter than me when I like give her a hug. Like, she's so tiny, and Megan is more of an average sized woman. Yeah, she's like at least like 4 or 5 inches taller than Angel.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's like really, her frame is very small, and Megan has more of a bigger frame. Yeah, she's way bigger. Like, can sit on Angel bigger. She is taller and bigger. But I was just happy to see that Angel didn't back down. And then we see the previews of next week, and this is a good time to move into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
I know some people are like, you guys went through Puerto Rico so quick. It's just, I'm sorry guys, we missed last week.
We missed last week, y'all, and I was so irritated. But it's because we have this new studio that we're in, so we can deliver you guys more content,
bigger, better shows here at AfterBuzz. But we really had to just like touch on everything in Puerto Rico, and we get to see the tail end next week. So, DJ Jesse J, what are your predictions for next week's episode?
I'm just living for this. I mean, we get Brandy versus Tammy. I think.
Well,
I don't think there's going to be any physical fighting. I think it's going to be a big Brandy in Malaysia versus Tammy and Shawnee. But that whole Brandy... I mean, I really don't have a prediction because I just cannot wait to see what is going to come from that. I can't even imagine how that conversation's going to start, because it's going to start over something so stupid.
As usual.
And we're going to hate what the whole conversation's about, but it's going to be so entertaining. And I just cannot wait.
First of all, I can imagine just Drea kick her feet up with her popcorn looking like, these.
Well, this is probably Drea's favorite show to watch.
Right, with her popcorn like, nah. But I don't have a prediction either, because we saw the video clip that I put on Instagram, and I'm just really actually ready to see this. I've been kind of like itching to see this episode, and I just want to call this like, that episode like, Brandy makes her bed. The Brandy makes her bed episode, even though Brandy's kind of.
But I hope anyway. Shawnee, like, my thing is, this is why I don't like when producers are involved with the show. It's why I don't like Mona when she does the reunion for Love and Hip Hop. Don't involve yourself in the show. If now, because Brandy said you're a bitch, Shawnee, you're going to fire her. Then to me, that takes credibility away from the show, because that's what you have built this show to be about.
It serves a certain level of pettiness.
Yep.
Like, you couldn't handle the fire, so now you're going to get rid of.
But I mean, we don't know if that's true or not. So I hope it's not, because
we're basing on the clip that we saw. You guys can all look up the clip of Brandy and Shawnee going at it, and Shawnee basically tells her, "Thank you for your services."
Ooh, I can't wait for next week.
So I just can't wait for next week, and I can't wait for you guys to tune in and talk about us. Make sure if you want to talk to us on Twitter, #ABTVBWLA. I am your host, Gary Thomas. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Gary Thomas, and of course I am GaryThomas.com. DJ Jesse J.
Hit me up everywhere online at DJ Jesse J, and there's no I in that, but tweet me and I'll tweet you back.
That T was so hard.
Bye.
See you guys next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.